Chapter 11. Marriage of Convenience. Another man was watching me closely. In those days, there was another encounter of a man not so good looking who used to time as I come out of the office headed to my house. He used to park an old car at a strategic place opposite the entrance of the Kiambu District Hospital and Kiambu Law Courts. Every time I left the office, I always saw the car stopping and the driver waving at me and beckoning me to enter his car. What a loser. I never went near him. My goodness, I was endangered species. I did not want to tell you this, but I was pregnant. 6 months earlier, I had been introduced to National Ingredients Bank existing in those days and had a branch at Kiambu Stores building for account opening. Upon arrival at the counter, a man came and served me. He opened an account, then I left. For those 6 months, I went back to the bank. The same man served me. When I went to the bank the 7th month to withdraw my salary, the person who used to serve me was not there. I was served by somebody else, then taken to the cashier who stretched his hand asking for 10 cents. I wondered aloud and asked for an explanation. I came for my money and is asking for 10 cents, which I've never been asked for the last 6 months, I said. He then asked me, I can see your account has operated for some times. How then you ask me what it is for? I replied, I don't know what it is for. He asked me who served me before. I looked around searching for his face in the bank, but he was nowhere to be found. I told him that I could not see him. The cashier gave me my money, deducted 10 cents and told me it's for stamp duty fixed on all debit slips. The next time I went to the bank, the mysterious man who had been serving me paid my 10 cents without telling me was there. When he saw me, he came to the counter and asked me where he never told me to carry 10 cents when coming to the bank. He had other stories of how I was attracted to him, and that is when I discovered he was this mysterious man who used to time every time I was leaving my office offering me a lift. My parents were pushing me to get married. Acquaintance held the better part of me. I had no choice but to do what they wanted since I never knew how to argue or disobey my parents. Though Dad had 2 wives, they were staunch Christians and I knew deep inside they feared being Although Dad had 2 wives, they were staunch Christians and I knew deep inside they feared being disciplined in the church because of my having a baby out of wedlock. I know now you know what I'm talking about. I was employed but I could not disagree with them partly because Brother Sam knew Kim's delinquency behavior better. Unbelievably, the next time the banker talked to me, I reciprocated. I opened my heart and let him know my story. He said even if I had 8 children, he'll marry me. Forget about the one I was carrying in my belly. When I took him home, he was received with open hands without talking. His story could be worse than Kim's. Everybody engaged a hire girl within a very short time. There was a wedding preparation going on. Joel's family and neighbors were heavy drinkers and the area was known for that. All were Catholics while our neighbors mostly from our church were saved, though some were hypocrites and they demanded that people from Joe's sides travel in a different car. The bus of a capacity of over 80 passengers, Rolls-Royce was hired but from Riabai. 6 women who had been hitting Moratina, local brew, throughout the night entered the bus. When they were told to alight and give away to my people, they declined. They were given a smaller car with a capacity of 6 passengers, but they did not budge. They were all fiddling with their hangovers. Not all the people who attended the reception made it since the bus carried the only 6 women throughout the day. So many people were left behind and they went back home with long faces. The only ones who made it to the reception were the few who owned cars those days. One of them was Mr. John Kamau Chauri, who was the Secretary General of National Christian Council of Kenya, who I noticed when he presented a set of very beautiful ceramic cups. Do not mind these, it's women and details. As the bridal party drove to Nairobi for photo session, I twice saw Kim's now big car that looked like London Transport Company taxis, which now later acquired for Nairobi taxi drivers in the midst of 24 years rule. Leonard confessed later that he followed the bridal party from point A to point Z, even joined the locals in the evening binges of Moratina party. He, however, made sure that he'll never have marital bliss since he started making rude sounds with his new powerful car, whereby he used to drive up the hill near our home at times, reviving it on that hill noisy, waking everybody up. He made as many runs as he could every night. Sometimes he decided to make his runs and noise during the day. And when asked by those who cared to talk to him why he was doing it, he told them he was coming for his wife, who was snatched from him. The person was really a nuisance. When I delivered my bouncy, handsome baby boy, some of Joe's close friends had been befriended by Kim, whose home was only separated by 2 streams. It was ironical since Joe's friend had now become Kim's friend. The evil ones were now betraying us and helping him to tear us apart. Upon the news hearing that, he became twice as much as crazy. Some told him, "Get yourself another girl. There are many beautiful girls around." He used to tell them, "Unless I get a copyright of that one, no." Emotions ran high, especially among the young men who were fed up with disturbance. Therefore, one day they decided to teach him a lesson at night. They made an ambush as he drove up the hill as usual, but in the middle of that stretch after the hill, the young man threw stones and broke all the windows, glasses plus the windscreen. He escaped unhurt. The following day he took the car for repair and all glasses were fixed. In the evening, he came as usual. That time, the young man put a roadblock of logs. They put heaps of logs at 3 strategic points, but the crook's powerful car jumped them all and disappeared at high speed. That nuisance and nonsense took him 12 good months. One of those days, he had come up the hill when my mother-in-law and I were near the gate. I held the baby. When he saw us, he stopped the car and my mother-in-law asked him, "Young man, why do you waste all that petrol?" He quickly said, "I saw. I'll use the last bottom of my can and see her end." However, after the young man took action, he was a coward because he changed his tactics and started going to watering joints where Joe and his friends used to go to enjoy their drinks. He was a thorn in the flesh of everybody. His behavior was unexplainable and gangrenous. The main aim was annoyance. Therefore, he did a lot of finding out to Joe's friends. He gathered some goons, idlers, who he gave a little cash to help him annoy Joe's groups. Being almost of the same psyche, Joe was also helped by his friends to hire other goons to counter Kim's gang. The 2 groups fought, breaking each other's arms and legs and hitting each other's eyes with stones. Joe started battering me instead of facing Kim like a man. Instead of splashing Kim's face with that beer they were drinking, he used to come home and beat me instead. Both of them had the same traits and were cowards who could not face each other like men. They were both using goods instead of telling Kim the girl is my wife and mine. Too late to regret, but I can be trusted to advise the young people. Know your purpose and follow it with passion. If you dwell on other people's opinion, you will turmoil. Above all, let God inspire your steps. Proverbs 3:5. In all your ways acknowledge Him.